I really like this one, and I think you will too. So I'm going to read you a ghost story, and it is from Esi Edugyan's book, Out of the Sun on Race and Storytelling. This is from chapter 2. She writes, "My friend's parents retired to a homestead in Northern Alberta that they simply called the farm. It was a great rambling estate of some 100 acres with bright rolling grasses, a handsome barn-style home, and a building they christened the shed that was actually a sprawling complex, its high metal walls housing his father's car collection, no fewer than 200 models. My friend was a generous soul, embarrassed by his family's wealth. One summer, he invited me up for a weekend at the farm. We spent sun-filled days racing on ATVs, eating fresh apricots, plums, and wild strawberries pale with dust in the brambles, swimming in the man-made lake in the clear hours before the mosquitoes thickened. Years later, I was surprised to hear that the farm had been sold. 'Did your parents miss city life?' I asked. But it wasn't it. What happened was altogether stranger. It had started simply, incrementally. After morning in the city, they returned in the late afternoon to discover the furniture in the living room had shifted slightly. They could just make out the impressions of the furniture's feet in the carpet's pile an inch to the right. They thought nothing of it and simply nudged everything back into place. But then it happened again and again. They called in a friend who worked in construction, and he could find nothing awry with the house. Then events started occurring when they were at home. My friend's mother was in the habit of marking her page in a book with her reading glasses. Rising to pour herself a cup of water at the sink, she turned to discover her glasses were gone. She found them in a far-off guest room she rarely entered. Picture frames on desktops and dressers were often found overturned, lying face down. Once, as she sat in an easy chair with a crossword in hand, her back to the window, she heard the Venetian blinds rise up 2 slats, slowly and deliberately. She lurched from the chair. The cord on the blinds was still swaying. They tried to explain it away. Wind, tremors in the earth, forgetfulness. But one evening in February, their tolerance reached its breaking point. Returning from a movie in Edmonton, they parked on their snowy gravel drive and climbed the stairs. The hall light was not working. They tried another switch. Nothing. Another, and again nothing. My friend's father made his way out to the garage, where by flashlight he flipped every fuse in the house. He went inside to find his wife still in the dark. He took her cold hand, went into the living room, and raised the flashlight. Every light bulb in the house had been unscrewed and piled neatly in the middle of the rug. And that's a ghost story from Out of the Sun by Esi Edugyan.